Hello, everyone. So, this is going to be column one for the energy reading for the week of 8-3 through 8-7. So, I did a little precursor video on my Instagram talking about all of the intense energetic and astrological shifts that are going on right now. Let me just be super transparent with you guys right now. I don't know how intensely y'all may be feeling it, but I am feeling this energy on a whole other level. It's so intense. So I made notes for myself, tried to organize them, clearly so that I could just go along. Once I get into the readings, that's a open energetic space that's easier for me to navigate naturally than something that's more linear. So, with that being said, I will be posting this video. This will be the morning of 8-3. I'm doing this reading on Sunday afternoon. And tonight/tomorrow, we will be feeling the Aquarius full moon so intensely and throughout the week because it is being paired with us freshly coming into August, which I spoke about on the precursor video, is a shift from an energy of 7 to an energy of 8. And in numerology, 8 is all about your connecting to your infinite power, having a stable connection to it, consistent flow with it, grounding, inner wisdom, your inner source of power, your self-confidence, to build up from the ground up. So empire building, what is it that you're wanting to set roots in and commit to building throughout your life as you continue on with all the crazy shifts going on in terms of the pandemic and people being quarantined and the flood of other events that have occurred since the pandemic began. We're in a space where a lot of things are very tower card energy. They're very chaotic. They're very dismantling this current system to create a better one. So this is the perfect time with all of this very supportive manifestation energy to move forward in the direction into a future, a life, a dimensional reality that aligns with your deepest truth. So, with the Aquarius moon, full moon, a lot will be coming up in terms of tearing apart, anywhere that you're rooted in sand. Basically, anywhere that you are committing yourself, committing your energy, your effort, etc., to something where the intention for you is not thorough, or maybe it was something you were trying, whatever. Anything that has shaky roots is just going to be pulled out from you, and you're going to be having to get super clear on your intentions for what you are doing for anything in your life in order to actually, be in this 8 energy and be in this, owning myself, owning my life and the way I want to live, success, what does that look like for me? In order to do that, you have to have an extremely strong foundation and really actually know why you're doing everything that you're doing. So that being paired with Uranus being square the moon and the sun, because we'll have the sun in Leo at 11 degrees, the moon in Aquarius at 11 degrees, and then Uranus and Taurus at 10 degrees, so they're really close. So they're really impacting each other, as well as Uranus being one of the planets that rules Aquarius. So they're all interchanging with each other. Uranus being in Taurus, to me, speaks a lot about how are we utilizing our resources, how are we treating Mother Earth, are we actually utilizing the best to our ability, like are we at the optimal level? If we're not, how can we move forward and do that? And on a personal level, how can we, through this Aquarius moon, through this manifestation energy, through Leo energy, how are we moving forward and progressing and coming from a place of authenticity and individuality, but also considering the collective, considering the earth, considering how we are affecting everyone and everything around us that we partake of. Let's not be consumers just to be consumers. With that, there is also the Lionsgate portal, which occurs on Saturday, 8/8/2020. And all of the energy numerologically for the week, for the day, 8/3, before that even comes, on 8/8, like all of this is like universal 11 and universal 8. So all of this is 8 manifestation, 11 new beginnings. I always see 11s as pillars. You're walking into a new dimensional reality. So everything for this coming week, very, very, very potent energy. Honestly, I feel very blessed that we're going to be having an Aquarius full moon for this, because Aquarius is all about, you know, what do I understand about progression? What do I understand about being an individual? What do I understand about systems and the way that they are, you know, harming and suppressing and oppressing the individual? And, you know, that paired with Leo, because Leo is all about the heart and coming from the heart center. You know, everything you do, you take pride in your work, you care about it. Like, there's an energy of, I really am dedicating myself to this. So pairing the Aquarius full moon with Leo energy as well through the Lionsgate portal also, I feel like it's the perfect combination to be in the heart center in a way where you're not emotionally overwhelmed, but you know that what you commit to, you're serious about. So you know, take the time to really analyze all the details, and the Aquarius full moon is just fully helping you engage in that process. So whatever you need to do for that, talk therapy, venting to your friends, journaling, whatever it is that helps you to get out your ideas and sort of brainstorm, you know, and get clear with yourself. Maybe you talk to a friend, but then you go and be alone and you actually think about all the things that you said out loud. You know, regardless of what your friends' opinions might be, how do you really feel about what you want to do? Does your intention lie? What is your ultimate goal? Are you following these steps that would make sense for you to move forward towards that goal? So that is a more sort of, you know, general thing, or we're going to get specific in each column. One last thing before we move forward. So with the Lionsgate portal, this is specifically about a really big, intense wave of light activating and DNA activating energy coming in. So essentially, it is the star Sirius will be the most visible star in the sky. We should be able to see it on that day. I would double check to see if we can in the US, because I'm not 100% sure on that. I would check that. But it will be really bright in the sky, and it'll be closer to Earth, bringing this just really intense wave of light energy. You know, like the same DNA activating energy we receive from the sun, and also why it's so important to have sun, not just for D3, but also, you know, even more deeply what process occurs because of the D3 and what that means for us as spiritual and physical beings. So on a spiritual level, having an abundance of light energy hit your being is like a very quick, fast, like ascension is occurring. So don't be surprised by anything that may fucking come up this week in light of that. Okay, so moving forward, we will start with column 1. I also just kind of want to show you guys my setup. I have all the columns right here. I'll show you the decks I use. I have my stones out. I didn't use those the other week, but I felt it today. Okay, so column 1. Yes. Love this. So our first card is from the Vision Quest Tarot, 10 of Fire Suppression. This is one of the first cards I pulled when I got the deck. Not for myself or someone else, but I've seen it plenty of times after that. So already I'm feeling this energy of you coming out of a space where you've been suppressing yourself, essentially. And that it's been by your own hand because of your own fear and what you've been through, but the way that you internalize that fear. So, I mean, it's a lot. We have all of these arrows around sort of blocking this death into one place. And the sun is setting, and it's just like, okay, well, we're going to stay right here and just do this. Oppression, resistance, stagnating life force, internalized aggression, fear of self-realization, fear of possible loss. When this card comes to you, it signifies that you are sitting on your energy. your own life force. Since you are holding on tight, it can't flow. Examine the area in your life that may be stagnant. Realize you have nothing to lose if you slowly start to dissolve these inner tensions with some physical exercise, deep relaxation, and meditation. You can't move ahead if you want your own life, if you hold your own energy back. What circumstances in your life are reflecting your inner resistance? What inside you refuses to be detected and expressed? What don't you want to show? What inhibitions are stopping your power from flowing freely? In the long run, blocked energies cause gloominess, lack of courage, a sense of meaninglessness, and finally depression. Be aware of this cycle, take heart, and let your life force flow as it wants to, without fear of the consequences. So to me, this is already like starting off, as I was saying before reading that, being in a place where you're holding your own self back. There's something that you don't want to express, and regardless of where the fear comes from, whether it's fear of, how your family will feel, how your close friends will feel, how maybe the situation with your job could change, just being afraid to actually tap into your full potential, being afraid that maybe you'll actually succeed, and then what? Because then you'll be responsible and you'll be accountable. You'll have to take full accountability for whatever decisions and mistakes you may make in the process. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually just you being alive, being a human being, existing and moving forward. So the number 10, that's a 1. So we're at ground zero. It's like, hey, you're in a space where if you just come to a space of releasing the tension from your body. It mentioned physical exercise, meditation. It could be being in meditation can mean a lot of different things when it comes to the detail of it. So for me, when I hear meditation, it's like, what do you actually do or have done in your life that brings you to a space of clarity? What can you do that relaxes your body? For a lot of people, physical exercise, that could be yoga, that could be regular stretching, that could be going for a run, maybe going for a run outside, breathing the fresh air, just kind of get out of a space of just kind of being able to physically move your body, moves your energy around, and more often than not, any low vibrational energy that you're holding on to, any tension, will come up for you to handle. And with all of this energy occurring right now with the full moon, the portal, Leo season, all that is fully supporting you in letting go and not holding on to any fear anymore. Okay, so right after that is the Tiger. I do believe this is also fire energy, because in this deck, the Animal Spirit Oracle, which also this was fire, each animal is associated with an element. Yes, it is fire. Lunar force, ease in darkness, feminine energy. The tiger hunts at night, at one with the silence, fearing nothing. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion are all heightened in the midnight hour, and the tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in silence this evening, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your own power. When in balance, passionate, strong, sensual. When out of balance, overstimulated. To bring into balance, tritaka, or candle gazing. So I honestly feel like this is, directly supportive of the card right before it, the 10 of Fire that I just read. It sounds like you've been in a space where you're afraid to handle the negative emotions that you're holding inside. But this is telling you it's safe to let them come forward. Take the time to really do it. It's going to be challenging and a struggle, literally no matter what. But the longer you wait, the more it's going to build up and be held in your body. And, you could break out in some sort of illness or have some sort of physical issue if you continue to do that. Especially with all this fire energy, it's very like you probably are a fire sign, and you may have some earth elements that are sort of helping to hold things down, so like you're not having to be in an uncomfortable space of change. But this is necessary. This is telling you, be open to the dark. Be open to the lower vibrational energy that you're holding within yourself. Because it is within you, and you have to release it, and you have to face it. And some of it could even just be like you're feeling insecure, and you feel like you're not worthy of the passion or the sensuality that you feel internally. Maybe you were looking at it like it's a negative thing. But this is the time to get really comfortable with yourself. Stare at yourself in the mirror for a long time. Brush your fingertips lightly across your skin. Like, that is one of my favorite ways of like awakening my sensuality. Maybe you need some time to masturbate by yourself and like no one's around. If you have a significant other, this is a process that's about you and literally no one else. I have had moments where I've had sessions like that with myself, and I cry during or after or both, and I feel a lot more emotionally open to my pain. So sometimes that's like a barrier you break with yourself, because also orgasm, releases a lot of physical tension. So maybe even more than going on a run or a different type of physical exercise, this could be the thing for you. Okay. So right after that is Regenerator, Sage of Cups. I just saw this card recently. It's cute, these older people on the bottom. So this is from the Voyager Tarot. Very spicy. Sage of Cups. As a regenerator and revitalizer, you are emotionally creative. Like the life-giving rain, you can transform a barren situation into a garden of emotional delight and abundance. Your inner fountain of youth creates new emotional life and vitality. You are a healer. Like bubbly, playful water, you can bring happiness and joy through the restorative power of laughter and good feeling. Your energy is a medicinal spring that heals the physically sick and the troubled heart. So in the process, you're healing yourself. They call this sometimes the wounded healer, where because you have been through different types of pain in your life, you have the ability to transmute that lower vibrational energy that you've been holding in. You can face it and handle it and work through it, and in turn, honestly, in different spaces, just with your existence, be able to heal others and bring healing to others. And this is, Sage of Cups, emotional fluidity. It sounds like you've been maybe the type of person, possibly a fire sign or earth sign, or some of both, who tend to be like, I don't have time to be sad, I'm going to move forward. And this is letting you know that that's catching up with you. And you have to take the time to sit with your emotions and acknowledge them and let them flow through you, because that's healthy. So even with that, it's like, with this too, said feminine energy, working through allowing the fluidity and the creative energy of feminine energy to flow through you. This waterfall in the back. Older people. Yeah, just moving slow and not feeling like you need to do anything specific other than tune into how you feel and follow what you feel. This is so necessary in order for you to move forward in your manifestation energy too that's coming up this week. It's like, this is the big work. The biggest part of manifesting, outside of the rituals and journaling and writing it down and whatever, is embodying a confident, grounded, fluid space within yourself. Like being balanced within yourself. Then you naturally, your manifestation ability and power just goes off the charts. So the last card is from the Shamanic Healing Oracle deck. Letting go. So this is a universal 4 and 3 is 7. I love that we have the duality of the white bird and the black bird, and then we have the sun. I feel like to me already it's a message of, in order to balance, you have to release. Letting go of a person or situation can be a challenge. At times, what's at stake is not just the relationship or situation, it's the attachment we had for it, the hopes, the dreams, the expectations. Many relationships end long past their natural ending point. One or both people hung on, hoping things would change. They invested so much time because without that person or job or relationship, their future loomed up as one big blank screen. For many, this is too scary to bear. However, by letting go, we create a space for a person or situation that will resonate with us where we are now. Start looking at your expectations. Try not to have any. This will enable you to live in the moment and be mindful in the present. To be able to gracefully release from a situation is a lesson for all of us. And this is on a page that adds to 8. So to me, already, in order to tune in to your full manifestation power, which you seem like the type of person, the type of individual to start off from the beginning cards, who strive forward and always try to just, get through things and do what you need to do and handle the shit you need to handle, etc. And not let, emotions slow you down. But they're real, they're valid. How you feel matters, and you have to handle it. So in order to actually let go of your expectations, you have to face your deeper emotions and think about why you actually feel the way that you feel. With this Aquarius full moon, I feel like that will help you through the process of feeling through your feelings to actually be able to analyze them and take them for what they really are and redirect yourself into a space where you're letting go of what doesn't work for you, because now you're in a space where you could possibly we could be handling some fixed energy, fixed sign energy, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, or Aquarius. Those are all fixed energies. So I feel like you may be that type of person who you get really committed to something and you really want to push through, but maybe the circumstances, the reason why you committed to it in the first place have changed. And taking a step back and really thinking about if it lines up with the way you feel, if it actually is making you happy anymore or not. And if not, let it go. Let it go, move forward. Well, there you go for column 1. I hope that was helpful, and good luck this week. All the best energy to you guys this week. I feel you.